Peace. Good morning, family. How you doing? It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. It is Thursday, August the 11th. I don't know why it kind of seems like I'm forgetting something, like somebody's birthday or something that is important that probably should have happened. I don't know. That's just how I feel about this first few weeks of August. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I'm sure it will pop up to let me know that I did forget something, whatever it is. But good morning to you, for those that are here, those that are watching, those who may be watching, whether you're watching it live right now on the Facebook space or you're watching it in the YouTube space. Thank you and appreciate you for that. Now, for those that may be listening it into the podcast, if you ever want to watch it live, you go to the YouTube, type in "Consistency is Currency," and you're able to watch it on YouTube Live, where you're able to see exactly what I'm talking about, especially when I'm communicating about the inversion, whether it's red over white. So if you ever want to watch it live, all you got to do is go to the YouTube and watch it there, or you can go to the Facebook page. The podcast Facebook page is Consistency is Currency. You can go on the Facebook page and watch it as well. So, again, thank you, and I appreciate you for being here. As always, we'll start with gratitude. Um, yeah. So, my question to you, open question. How has your week been so far? I mean, I know today is Thursday. So there is something something has transpired from Monday to now. Only you know what that is. So my question to you is, how has your week been thus far? Peace. Good morning, Miss Selena. How has your week been thus far? Did you learn something about yourself? Okay. I have another question. Um, how did you feel about yesterday's lesson or message when we're talking about, um, I'm gonna drop yesterday's podcast inside the chat real quick for those who probably did not hear yesterday's episode on the withdrawer. So I'm gonna put that in there for those who didn't hear it. Um, so I'm gonna help you out. Put that inside the chat. All right. So for those who did not or may not have heard about yesterday's lesson when we were talking about the withdrawer, today we're talking about the depositor. So if you didn't hear it, you're able to click that link and listen to what we were communicating about yesterday with the withdrawer. So if you have, what were your takes on? What was your take on it? What was the takeaway? What did you learn about the withdrawer yesterday in yesterday's lesson? But we're gonna go and tap into today. So today we'll be talking about the depositor. The depositor is a different person, is a different individual. Depositor, sometimes you can identify. Sometimes the depositor is not always identified, or you didn't give the depositor their props because you wasn't paying attention to them. But you're gonna learn that today, and we're gonna tap into that. So what I want you to do is go ahead and take this live, share it, put it on your news feed, or put it inside a Facebook group, because someone is going to listen, that they're going to be able to be blessed by the words that are being transcended out from me into the atmosphere. However you take it is however you take it. What you do with it is what you do with it. Whether you apply those things that are applicable to you, or you discard the things that, the saying, if the shoe fits, wear it, whatever it is, that's completely up to you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So the depositor, again, for those that are new to the platform, you're going to get definitions, and you may get the etymology. You'll see different colors. You'll see the red over white or the white over red. But today we're talking about the depositor. That is a real person in your life. You will understand who this person is as you're listening and you're watching, because when I hit you with the four tools, which is similar to what it was yesterday, but it is giving it in a different context. Peace. Good morning, Ma. It is giving in a different context, because this person they really do care about you. So let's go ahead and jump into the definition of deposit. Really? That's what you're going to do this morning? All right, bet. Deposit. It says a transaction involving a transfer of money to another party for safekeeping. Now, the depositor and the transfer, they can possess same actions, activity that may be parallel with one another, which you'll hear tomorrow. We'll close the week out with the transfer. So the depositor says a transaction involving a transfer of money to another party for safekeeping. So the inversion on this, of course, is red over white, which is a transaction involving a transfer to another party for safekeeping. Now, this is the depositor. This is that person who make transactions with you, and they're doing it for safekeeping, for those things that works in the best interest of you. So they're doing these things with true intent and intentions and purpose to ultimately to increase the safekeepings that they know that you need, or to ensure the safekeepings of the relationship that you have with them. How many of you out there know a depositor? That's a real person. You can identify that person. It's a depositor. Again, it is a transaction involving a transfer, whether it is a transfer of energy or it may be monetary. A transfer to another party for safekeeping. Again, in mind and context of you going to the bank and you're making a deposit and you're putting it in your savings, you're putting it in your checking, you're putting it in your money market account, whatever it is. But that transaction involving a transfer to another party for safekeeping, that's that person. So the other definition of deposit is a sum of money that is given in advance as a part of a total payment for something. That's like when you move into a house or an apartment or that type of deal where they want you to put down a deposit. That's like, you say you're serious about getting this. Now go ahead and put down a deposit and I'll hold it, and then we'll go into what happens next. So now with this person who is a depositor, so the inversion is red over white again. So this is a sum is given in advance as part of something. So this person, they're looking out for what's in the best interest of you, because they've probably had an experience that they've been where they've been, and they can see the things that you're doing and foresee some actions that you're taking that might take you down the wrong path. But because this person is a depositor, they're going to take the sum of the experience that they had, and they're going to give you the advance or the part of something, which is their experience, to say, hey, let's sit down, let's have this conversation, because I've been there. You don't have to hurt alone. You don't have to take all of this weight alone. I'm here with you. So before you go down that path, I want to tell you that I've done that, and it wasn't healthy, and it doesn't always end well, because this person, again, is speaking to you in advance of something before you get knee deep, or before you fall in that hole, or before you fall in that obstacle. Again, depositor. How many of you know someone like this type of depositor? So now let's go into the etymology. Now this is where it really begins to hit home, and you can identify certain people or a person who you can identify that's a depositor into your life. So it says the etymology, which is the origin of deposit, in Latin, depositum, again, blame it on Cumberland County, Latin depositum, which is a state of being placed in safekeeping. It's that person that want to keep you in perfect peace, that person that want to ensure that the safekeepings of the relationship is always intact, or the person who understands that there is a state of mind that you need to be in order for you to continue on throughout your day, or in order for you to continue on in your journey, because in the journey there is a state of mind that you have to have. But that person that is depositing inside of your life, or that person that is pouring into you, they understand there has to be a safekeeping, because they understand what the true mission and intent is, and they know their role in your life, because they are naturally depositing into you. They're naturally giving into you. Now, it may be you who is the depositor. And this right here is another etymology of deposit. It is out of the Middle English depost, which is things entrusted or safekeeping. This person, you trust them, and this person also trusts you, and they have entrusted you that you are going to execute things that is in the best interest of the journey, or that is within the best interest of the direction that you're going. And that person is going to deposit inside of you for safekeeping, because there is a trust between you and this depositor, because you guys, you've been there before. And remember, it says the state of being placed in safekeeping. And the thing that you entrusted in them, they are keeping that within safekeeping because of the trust that you have within that person. Yeah, I know you probably say, oh, I don't trust anyone. Let me see how long that's going to last. Let me see how long you're going to be able to live in that type of mindset. It's not a good place to be where you say, I don't trust nobody. You're going to have to trust someone, especially when you get elderly and you end up in the nursing home and nobody is visiting you. That's the wrong time to try to trust somebody. You trust when you have life. Don't be that person who have 3 people come to their funeral because they were so evil and distrusting to everybody while they were alive, and they have expectations of someone helping them when they get of age where they can no longer help themselves. So if you're the person who withdraws from everyone, then maybe you need to begin to deposit good things in people's lives. So deposit, the D of deposit, it holds the energy. It gives what the purpose of the action is, because the deposit is the possession. That is what you have. And D is what you're doing with what you have. Deposit. I am taking the possessions of what I have and I am entrusting it into something or into someone else. Just like when you go to the bank, the physical bank, I am taking my monetary possessions and I am trusting you that you're going to put it in my savings or in my checking or in my money market account or whatever it is that you're doing. Because there has to be a trust factor in order for you to feel comfortable enough to go to the institution and to pretty much drop it off. So in Latin term of D is down, that person who's down for you, right? Off, that person, if something ain't right, you know who to call when you want somebody to come set it off and to sit down, and just so you can uh allow yourself to open up to them. Away, that person who's able to take you away from where you are because they're able to speak life into you, so it allows you to no longer sit inside that space of turmoil and the weight and the energy of what you were dealing with has begun to pressure you down. This person who is a depositor are able to take you away from that. And from among this person who can recognize and foresee, remember, we're talking about in advance. So this person is able to foresee the things like, you know what? I don't think you need to be around that type of energy anymore. Come with me. Let's go somewhere. I'm going to take you from among, I'm going to bring you into something or down from, but also down to the bottom. This person has been down, or remember when you was down and out, and they're able to get down with you. If you're down there crying, they're down with you all the way, giving you the tissue. You're wiping your eyes, and they're able to get down to the bottom with you. So when you stood up, it possibly may have strengthened the relationship because they know what it was, what down looked like, because they were down there before. Totally, hence, completely. Now, this part right here, this person has been completely down with you for a long time, but yet you were so focused and fixated on the withdrawer, the person who has been withdrawing from you, who has never deposited anything into your life, but you were so hurt and so crushed by the withdrawer that you have completely forgot, or you have completely not allowed yourself to pay attention to the depositor. This person has been depositing into your life for a long time. You've completely forgot about them, or you didn't pay attention that they've been down with you. They've been down in the bottom with you. And now it's time to look at what the deposit is. So let's go ahead and take this quick deep dive. Again, the things that resonate with you, go ahead and put it into the chat, because there are people that watch it on the replay and they read the comments. And whatever your takeaways are, continue to put that in there as well. So in this deep dive about the depositor, sometimes we don't recognize who that person is. That person who has who wants to listen, who has listened to you, who has the ability to pour into you, because they're open enough to want to recharge you or to pour back into you, because they've even possibly noticed and recognized how so much has been taken away from you, and they just want to be there to pour into you and not take the last little 20% of energy that you have, but they want to recharge you because they know and understand. I'd rather have 100% of you than to take 100% of your 20% that you had left. I'd rather recharge you to get to 100%, because now you can be a blessing to somebody else when they are in need, because they know that you too are a natural depositor, right? So let's go ahead and jump at the drive-thru. It's kind of like, and similar to what we were speaking about yesterday, when you know the actions at the drive-thru. You pull up to the drive-thru, you know which lane you're going to be in, whether you're doing the business account or you're doing a personal account. But this is a little bit different now. Why? Because you're making a deposit. You're not making a withdrawal. So there are different actions that are taken when you pull up to the drive-thru. So while you're at the drive-thru, the chute comes down, right? And you open it up, and now you want to make a deposit. So you're either going to deposit what? Cash, a check. So depositing the cash, that's simple. You just need to make sure that what you're counting is the same thing that they're going to count on the other end. So if you have $100 in 20s or $100 in 5s, 10s, whatever it is, you count it before you send it in, because you need to be accountable of the things that you do, because you can't have expectations of somebody else being accountable for you, because it is your response on how you respond to things. That is what you're accountable for. But that depositor is always going to be there, but they're going to also hold you accountable for the things that you say. It's $100. It's $100. All right, bet. Cool. Let's go. But you say it's $100 and they kind of like, nah, bro, this is like 80. You short, right? You short. I cannot accept this because this is not right. So therefore, I need you to come up with the $20 more. So you say it's 100, so I say it's 100. They're going to be your accountability partner. So now when I count what you count and we both say 100, now I'm ready to deposit into this. Now, sir, man, would you like to deposit this into your checking or your cashing? And now when you have a check, what you got to do, you got to take that check, you got to turn it over, you got to sign it on the back. Now they're going to check your identification. They're going to make sure that you're doing what's right. They're going to make sure that this check is actually yours and that you're depositing your check into your account. So they're going to keep you accountable. So this person, right? You're pulling up to the teller. Well, to the drive-through window, the teller. But this person who is the depositor, they don't need to be all up in your face all the time. They don't. They just want to be a blessing to you. So you don't have to be looking for this person like, oh, you ain't. I was needing you to be around, but you wasn't around. Like, no, but this person, that's not their intent. They just want to be a blessing to you and keep it moving. So they don't have to be in your face all the time. You're not required to be around them all the time, but they want to ensure that they greet you when they see you and wish you well when you leave. They just want to be a blessing and not your buddy. But they want to make sure that you have what you have when you need it. And they know how to pull up on you because they want to show you grave concerns and make sure you have all that it is that is required of you to have and to deposit into your life. All right, in the lobby. Of course, the lobby is a little bit different. Why? Again, like yesterday, you walk into the lobby. You bring your check. You sign it on the back. You bring your cash. You count what you count, and then you give it to them. They're going to do what? They're going to count it too, to ensure that you are saying what are doing what you actually said that you're going to do. Deposit $100. I'm counting it as accountability, checks and balance between you and I. I ain't calling you out, but I will tell you that this is not right. That's that accountability partner again. You're going to present them your ID card and your debit card to ensure that the person that you say that you are and where you say you want to deposit is being done exactly how you say. They're going to give you some small talk maybe, but this is where it's different. The relationship that you have with the teller is totally that you have inside the lobby is totally different than the person who comes up to the drive-thru. Why? Because you're able to smile at this person. You're able to interact with this person. The relationship is a lot stronger with this person because this person is not a drive-by depositor. There's nothing wrong with drive-by depositors because you might not want to be around people like that. But this person is blessing like, hey, I just want to make sure you had a good day. And that's it. That's all that person is there for. But now this person that's in the lobby, you have an intimate relationship with them, and y'all laugh, y'all joke. They're asking how the kids doing. They're asking how is business doing. They're asking you, what did you do this weekend? The relationship is different. So you can't ask somebody that is in the lobby to have the same relationship as the person that's at the drive-thru, because y'all don't see eye to eye. Literally. Y'all don't see eye to eye like that, but this person that's in the lobby, you do see eye to eye. And the thing that you have to understand is they've built a relationship with you on purpose. The amount of times that you've come in there, that relationship that you built, they'll be happy to see you just as well as you'll be happy to see them. That's that depositor in the lobby, because it has built such a rapport between this type of depositor, and they have the best interest for you always. And they're going to keep you accountable just like you keep them accountable. Because if you counted $100 and they counted 80, then you're like, could you please count that again? And they counted, oh, I'm sorry, this 20 was stuck to the other 20. They're okay with you keeping them accountable just as well as you're okay with keeping them accountable. So it is okay to understand which type of depositor that you have in your life, because they just want to make you happy. Just want to make sure that you are okay. And the attention of the teller is different, because they tell you what you're doing. They tell you how much you have if you ask them. They tell you, have a good day. That's the teller. But the person that's inside the lobby, if they want to show you or to give you an example, they can do what? They can turn their screen around and show you what they see, if need be. So this person that's in your life, that's the depositor, like the lobby, they can show you better than they can tell you. They can pour into you. They can live and be an example if need be, if that's the type of person that they are. And that allows you to what? To be comfortable. That allows you to continue to want to be around them. That allows you to be okay when they're checking you. That allow you to understand that they have you in their best interest when they're keeping you accountable, because that's the type of relationship that you guys have established. So now the ATM, this is where it get deep, right? So you walk up to the ATM, of course, you got your debit card, you put your credit card inside the ATM, you confirm your ATM inside the machine, and you push the 4-digit code. So now you have identified who you are. So now when it's time for you to deposit, you unfold your bills, right? And then you put it into the ATM, and then it sucks you in. It sucks the money in. So now you choose where you want the funds to go. You're going to put it in, a checking or your savings. But now let's look at this now from this context. Who's the ATM? The ATM is you. Is you. It's ATM at the moment. Sometimes you need to be your own depositor. You can't expect someone to pour into you if you're not willing to pour into yourself. So how you feel at the moment, ATM. So how you feel at the moment requires a self-assessment. How you feel at the moment requires you to be accountable for what you have poured or what you did not pour into your own life. Because again, if you say you counted those bills and it's $100 and you put that into the ATM and that ATM counts it and shows you on a screen how much you're going to deposit, you're like, hold on, I know I put $100 in there. This is only counting 80. And then you look down on the side of your of your chair and you see that $20 just laying there like, hey dog, you didn't put me in there like you thought you did. 20 is looking up. The Jackson is like, hey, you didn't put $100 in there. But you swearing up and down the ATM stole your money. At the moment, you're not holding yourself accountable at the moment. But you can, but right now, in the moment, you're not. So at the moment, when you're depositing things into your life, take the personal approach. So knowing that this is you at the ATM, you could also give other people permission. I wouldn't, but I think it's best for you to be the ATM, because giving somebody else permission, giving them your ID, your debit card or your credit card and your PIN to where they have 100% access of you and they can withdraw everything out of you or your account. So now you're left feeling empty, broken, literally broke and upset. But you have to understand, at the moment, you gave them permission. You gave them all access to do with what you have, your assets, whatever they wanted to do. Now, that's you still holding yourself accountable, pouring into yourself like, you know what? I can't be mad at nobody but me. I gave them the card. I gave them the identification pin. I did that. I am going to hold myself accountable. So now, because I understood what I did and I am responsible for what was done, now I have to understand that if I'm ever going to fix it, I need to fix me first. I need to pour into me. I need to pour time back into me. I need to pour resources back into me. I need to pour the things that make me happy back into me. Reading back into me. Watching things that encourage me. Also having encouraging conversations, or working out, or eating properly. The ATM is about you. Have you poured into yourself? Or do you have high expectations of everybody else pouring into you? You can't, it's like you're a strainer. You want everybody to pour into the strainer, but you will not be able to hold the blessings that you can actually have. But you're so broken and you're have so many holes and so much hurt that you can't hold the blessings, or you can't hold yourself in the conversation, because you're this strainer that won't even deposit inside of your own self. So therefore, the things that you want somebody else to do, you can't even do for yourself. But until you have or possess the ability to, at the moment, at the ATM, to ensure that you are the person that you say you are, you're making the proper amount of deposits, because you're holding yourself accountable for the things that you should be accountable for and be accounted for, meaning being present in the moment, at the same time. So when you have the ability to take that strainer and to begin to fill in those holes or fill in those gaps, so now you're able to replenish your cup. Because in order for a cup to runneth over, that means the cup has to have content in it. So within the content or the concept of the ATM, it starts with you and it will end with you as well. And the ACH withdrawal, they're supposed to have been deposit. So scratch withdrawal, ACH deposit, or the wire transfer deposit, or the deposit from a distance. This person don't even have to be around you and still make a deposit into your life. This person, you can not see this person for weeks at a time. But when you see this person, it is like nothing no time has elapsed. You're excited every time you see them. They pour into you every time you see them. They're sending you text messages that bring some sort of light and energy into you, because they don't have to be around you and you don't have to be around them, but they pour into you from a distance because they understand who they are in your life. They are accountable for the things that they say into you. They're accountable for the actions that they take when it comes, or when it is dealing with you. I can still ensure that you have what you need from a distance, because I am depositing good things into you on purpose, completely down from among and for you. And for that particular reason, to ensure that you have what you want. All right. That's the depositor. The depositor can be easily identified, but do not hold the depositor hostage because you're putting the withdrawer on a pedestal because you're trying to make that person change. A withdrawer is not going to change until that person changes themselves. Pay attention to who's depositing into your life, and ensure that the person that is depositing is just as accountable as you are accountable for your own actions and reactions and how you respond. That's your responsibility. And that's all I got. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow right here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. Yeah, there's more people that pour into your life than you think. Not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody is out to withdraw from you. There are people who deposit into your life. Don't get them mixed up. Don't call a depositor a withdrawer and a withdrawer a depositor, because they do two different things. Two different things. But identify who that person is. Shoot, that person probably already texted you this morning. You haven't seen them in a long time, but they poured enough energy into you. And take that energy and take it throughout the day. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. Peace.